I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Javed S Khan. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing very well, my friend. Thanks for inviting me on this great conversation.
Most definitely. It's a great pleasure to connect with you. Please do tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I am north of Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
All right. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
I think I have a very strong ability to reach out and build networks. So that's part of the talent that I used and was responsible for us meeting.
Ooh, who did you learn that skill from?
That skill, my friend, I've learned by a number of people, but the one specific individual is my late father. He had a great natural ability to build networks.
That's intriguing. Well, do tell us how you have responded to the networks you've built and what you do offer, please.
So I tend to offer a lot of insight, best practices, connectivity. I try as best as I can every day to connect one individual to my network or introduce someone from my network to someone else that I met in the last month.
That's great. So why will you continue to repeat that skill of doing that?
I think, Engel, I think I have an innate passion to help people, to help them build a network that will help me to help others. And I live with the mantra, givers gain. I live with that every day.
Well, I do believe that as well. You could call me Angel, the guy that believes in what Zig said, where he said, help enough other people get what they want, and you'll definitely get what you want. Pretty amazing stuff there. But tell us, Javed, one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
It comes back to building a network consistently year over year.
Well, we'll dive deeper and tell us how it makes you feel then doing that.
For me, I really have a strong sense of accomplishment, and there's one reason I feel that, because I feel that I'm able to help people with either an issue, either a frustration, or some level of confusion. So I always have that sense of, hey, I accomplished, if I can accomplish one thing, that's one thing I'd like to accomplish, is building and connecting people.
Well, do tell us about the podcast, please. What is one of the reasons we did connect as well, right? You're a fellow podcaster.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for a good year now, an individual that I've shared the stage with on a few event occasions as speakers, we just hit it off, and about over a year and a half ago, I said to her, at least probably 2 years ago, I said, we need to figure out how to collaborate. We've got to figure out how to do something. And a year later, which was earlier this year, we said, well, let's create a podcast show. And so the show is called His Way, Her Way, and it's a show focused in on open debate level conversation, and it's fun, it's enlightening and engaging on variety of what we would consider topics of the day.
All right. And tell us a bit more about Empression, please, and what you do there.
So Empression is a full marketing services organization. We work with highly engaged, highly qualified entrepreneurs and medium-sized organizations within a collaborative, I'm going to say, environment. And we build, design, strategize marketing programs with a purpose.
That's great. Where can someone who's interested connect with you or to get more information?
Well, they can do two things. They can reach out to me via LinkedIn and look up Javed S Khan, and they'll see my LinkedIn profile, or they can visit our company website under Empression with an E, empression.ca.
Love it. Amazing audience. You're hearing it live here again from Javed S Khan, and he is the podcast co-host of His Way, Her Way. Javed, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Javed, what is your earliest childhood memory?
That's a very good question, and I had to think about it a little bit. But I can tell you one memory that's very, very vivid in my mind is when my late father was a pilot. He was actually a fighter pilot in the Pakistan Air Force and the United States Air Force, and I vividly remember to this day him strapping my sister and I in a one seat in basically what's called a Citabria, which is an aircraft, and that's an aerobatic airplane, and taking us flying for the very first time. And it wasn't an ordinary flight, my friend. It was a ride we would never forget because it was loop to loop to loop to loop. And amazing time. It was so vivid in my head from the day of that. I'm going to say I was probably 5.5, 6 years old.
Wow.
And I share that all. And I share it with my kids, and I share it with families and friends all the time.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
I think so. Yeah, I think I do innately. I think that ride was in many ways it was a level of excitement, a level of roller coaster, a level of being free, and I was in a corporate world for a while, and I wanted some additional excitement and being free, and started my company almost 10 years ago.
He tickled your fancy, didn't he?
He certainly did. He certainly did. He was not only a character, but he was certainly a loving man.
A visionary as well, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That's amazing. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Again, an excellent question, my friend. And I clearly listen to the song. I'm going to suggest at least once a month. And it's a beautiful song by an artist who goes by the name of Christopher Cross. And the name of the song is Sailing.
Oh, there we go. Well, you've definitely been beating boundaries, right? First, it's the airplane where gravity isn't there. Well, it's there, but it's not felt. And then sailing, right? Again, just beating boundaries, right? That's intriguing. Oh, is that accurate though in terms of you
It
and
is.
and you being that
My
person?
friend, no, you're dead on. You're
right.
so accurate. It is. It's very well summed up.
Well, my friend, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. You ready, Javed?
I'm ready.
Javed, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
I certainly do.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Not really.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
3 hours a week, yes.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Less than 8 hours a day.
If you, Javed, had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Javed S Khan, what would you say that is?
2 words. Be you.
Love it. Javed, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I simply want to thank you for this experience and for what you are doing. I think it's amazing, and I look forward to evolving this relationship we have started in different parts of the world.
I appreciate that as well, my friend. Javed S Khan, thank you for being on What Is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.